The Lost and Found by Teague. Wendell and Floyd were in trouble. That morning, a giant squid had trapped them in the boys' room for almost an hour, causing them to miss a math test. Their teacher, Mrs. Gernsblatt, had been furious. "We have no luck," said Floyd. Just then, Mona Tudburn entered the office. Mona was the new girl in their class. "I'm trying to find the lost and found," she said. "I lost my lucky hat." Wendell and Floyd glanced at each other. "That's strange," said Wendell. "We were just talking about luck." "We don't have any," Floyd said. "Neither do I," said Mona. "At least not without my lucky hat." Wendell pointed to a bin marked Lost and Found. "I wish I had a lucky hat." "So do I," Floyd agreed. "Then maybe we wouldn't get into these crazy situations." Mona leaned farther and farther into the bin, and soon only her feet were visible. A moment later, she was gone. The boys walked over to have a closer look. "Where did she go?" asked Wendell. "I don't know," Floyd said. "She must be lost." "Oh, don't be silly," Wendell told him. "How can you get lost in the lost and found?" Floyd looked at the principal's door and thought about all the trouble they would be in if they weren't there when they were called. "I guess we should go in after," he sighed. They climbed into the bin and instantly plunged into a deep well of lost toys and clothing. "Look, Floyd, we found Mona." I think I found you," Mona said. "Maybe we should get back now," Floyd suggested. Mona noticed a sign pointing to a narrow passageway. "Hat room," it read. "I bet my hat's in there." "It couldn't hurt to look," said Wendell. "Wait," warned Floyd. "What if we get lost?" But Wendell and Mona laughed. "You can't get lost in the lost and found." The passageway led to a cave where a deep lake gurgled and steamed. "I wonder if the principal knows this is here," said Floyd. Wendell examined his suit of armor. "Some of this stuff has been lost for a long time." "I don't see my lucky hat," grumbled Mona. Then Wendell found a boat. "Perfect. We'll paddle across." On the far side of the lake, there were 3 tunnels. Which way do we go now?" asked Floyd. "We could flip a coin," Wendell suggested. Mona frowned. "That only works if there are 2 choices, but here we have 3. The boys thought about that for a while, and finally Wendell threw up his hands. "Let's just try the middle one." The tunnel became a winding hallway full of doors. They opened each one without finding a single hat. There's frogs in it, and a horse, or I guess a cow and a pig. "I knew we'd get lost," Floyd muttered. "You can't get lost in the lost and found," Mona said to Wendell. Mona and Wendell told him, but they no longer sounded so sure. They came to one last door, and Mona turned the knob and pulled. "The hat room!" the boys cried, but Mona shook her head in dismay. "There's too many. I'll never find my hat in there." They decided to look anyways. "Is it this one?" asked Wendell. It wasn't. "How about this one?" Floyd held up a huge pink hat with purple flowers and a canary. "Of course not," said Mona. The boys began trying on hats themselves. How do you tell if one is lucky? Floyd asked.
I don't know, said Mona. It'll just sort of, feel lucky.
Wendell tried on a burgundy fez with a small gold tassel.
This one feels lucky.
While Floyd was finding his own lucky hat, Wendell's tassel began to tickle his nose.
Oh, I think I'm gonna sneeze.
Hold on, I'll get you a tissue. Mona reached into her purse, and when she did, a strange look came over her face. She held up something green and badly rumpled.
My lucky hat. I guess it was in my purse all along.
For a moment, nobody spoke, and then Floyd sighed. At least we can go back now.
Maybe not.
No, wait.
Maybe not,
Wendell said.
What do you mean?
Asked Floyd and Mona.
I mean, we might be lost.
Floyd groaned. I thought you said we couldn't get lost in the lost and found.
It's been an unusual day, said Wendell. To be honest, I don't even remember which store we came through.
The children looked around, and there were doorways in all directions, and none of them could remember which one was theirs. Suddenly, Mona laughed.
What are you worried about? We all got our lucky hats, right?
She closed her eyes and turned slowly around, and then she opened them again and pointed straight ahead.
I say we go this way.
After a long journey, the children's head popped out of the lost and found bin, and just in time to hear the principal call, Wendell and Floyd, come in here, please. It was late afternoon before the boys left school. They found their new friend Mona waiting for them.
How was it?
She asked. Not bad, said Floyd. The principal had merely lectured them about telling the truth. Of course, Miss Gernsblatt had made them stay and finish their math test, but it could have been worse.
I think our luck is changing,
said Wendell. Mona nodded.
Me too.
Since it was late, they decided to take a shortcut. I hope we don't get lost, said Floyd, but he wasn't really worried, and neither were Mona and Wendell. They paused for a moment to put their hat on their hats. Then they all started home, feeling lucky together. Good night. I love you.